Marcos Vinicius was a 14-year-old young boy, and he was killed in a police operation in Rio de Janeiro. He was using his school uniform, when he was brutally shot, and this is something that happens every day in Brazil. That's why I'm a person who wants to make my country safer. So, what had brought me to this point? What am I here today? Brazil inequality and unfairness had always bothered me since I was a child. I always had this deep desire to change things. When I was studying law, I just fell in love about human rights and started to work with these issues. I used to do a lot of voluntary work by teaching young poor people about their citizenship and about their rights. And since 2001, I've shifted the focus of my work to public security issues. And why it's so important to work with public security in the Brazilian context? Brazil has one of the highest homicide rates in the world. In 2016, over 60,000 people were killed. And these deaths are not equally distributed. They affect mainly poor young boys living in poor communities, just like Marcos Vinicius. And 70% of these killers were committed by using firearms. We also have a high level of institutional violence. Our police is a very little one, and our police officers also die a lot in conflicts. Our criminal justice system, it's very selective, focused on non-violent crimes, and also on poor black people. 40% of our prison population are there without having been convicted. They are there from temporary arrests. Brazilian state is losing control over our penitentiary system, where organized crime is growing and getting stronger. And Brazilian society is very scared, demanding harsh measures such as more prisons, criminalization of new conducts, and even violence from the state. And fear is not a good counselor. So, what can I do to change this context? I work at Sou da Paz Institute, which means I'm for Peace Institute. My personal trajectory is very connected with the work we do in this organization. Sou da Paz is a non-governmental organization whose mission is to help to design and to implement effective public security policies based on human rights and on democratic values. We've been working to try to put into practice our gun control law. We've been working to develop preventive methodologies to young people involved in criminality. We also have been working in partnership with police forces to help them to develop new procedures about the use of force, like stop and frisk procedures and the use of firearms. And we also have been working in partnership with government to help them to develop performance-based methodologies to improve their policies. And last but not least, we are always trying to qualify the public debate in order to take fear from the center of the agenda, trying to put a more rational point of view. And because of fear and insecurity, Brazil will face its big challenge in the next federal election. We have some dangerous candidates that are offering proposals against democracy and against human rights. They are presenting populist proposals about public security. And as part of civil society organization, we have the obligation to counteract this speech and to present a more rational point of view and concrete proposals to overcome fear and violence in a democratic, in an effective way. Efficiency and democracy have to come together. And so what are you doing to that? We are preparing an agenda of proposals to present to all candidates, to put into the public debate, and also to offer to the society. And beyond this advocacy strategy, we also believe, and we actually do this work, built in partnership with all institutions, such as police forces, justice system, youth groups, community groups, in order to promote changes within them. And one special strategy that we use is to build empathy among these groups. For example, we just developed a lot of projects putting together young leaders and policy agents to help them to build common activities to promote changes. And this is the reason that has been pushing me forward, to build bridges and connections to help save lives in my country. Thank you.